Are you wondering how to make friends while you're traveling? Well, then make sure you stay till the end, because in this video I'm sharing all my little secrets about how to make friends, long-term friends, friends that you'll still be having in a few months, years, and hopefully decades from now. Hey Lovebug, I'm Vivi. Welcome to Adventure, where my channel is all about guiding you to an exceptional and extraordinary adventurous life that you're fully and truly in love with. So if this is something that you're interested in, that you want to create more of in your life, consider subscribing. So let's get started. How do we make friends while we're traveling? Sometimes it can be really hard. We're either just by ourselves or we're traveling as either a couple or two friends or whatever, and people don't really talk to us because they see we're already together, so they don't really come up and talk to us and trying to become friends with us. So how do we open ourselves up and actually start making friends while we're traveling? Well, my first point is we need to know what kind of friends do we want. So the easiest thing would actually be going to social places, social cafe, social restaurant, places where a lot of foreigners hang out. See them and just start chatting with them. If you're an extrovert, then this is a really easy task. You see people, you kind of think, well, they're nice, they look cool, you know, you kind of vibe with them, so you just go and start talking to them. But probably you're not an extrovert, because otherwise you wouldn't be wondering how to make friends. That's at least my guess, because I'm not very extroverted and I don't really enjoy walking up to people and just start chatting with them. Even though I do it sometimes, it's not really my way of making friends. What I've been doing for years is I used a lot of couchsurfing. First of all, because when I started traveling, I started using couchsurfing to meet other people, sometimes to just stay in their place, but also to use the hangout version and make friends and go places together. Whenever I go to a new place, I check out who's on couchsurfing, kind of like check their profile, see their pictures, kind of like read how they describe themselves, what they're into, and if I think we could kind of like vibe or get together, then I message them privately and just hit them up and say, hey, I'm new here, I'll be around for whatever amount, a week, a month, a year. I really liked your profile, would be cool to like meet up or do something or XYZ. And if it wasn't for couchsurfing, I probably have very few friends in Mexico City. I went to Mexico City as an exchange student for my university, and the university I went to was the Anahuac, which is a really kind of posh and fancy place. So after like a week or two, I was having a really bad jet lag, which I normally don't get, and I was feeling a little bit down. I was like, cool, what am I doing here? And I noticed I was feeling this way because I didn't have friends yet. So from the comfiness of my bed, I hopped on the app, went through, and Mexico City, there's an abundance of people, and pretty much in all the big cities or big places, so it's always easy to find someone that is more like your vibe, whatever you're into. Like if it's adventure, if it's like Netflix and chill, if it's, I don't know, like arts and painting and crafting, there's so many people on there, all kinds of people that you can always find them, and you can actually look for them with certain keywords. So that's what I did. I went on the app and just looked for people and just started hitting them up. And I started meeting some of the people up. And yes, it did take some time, but also I made some really amazing friends. And my friend Carlos, for example, we've traveled together. He came visiting me in Vegas. He came to Bali to see me. Like, we're just really good friends. And it was only because I took the step and read his profile and was like, cool, this guy travels as well. I think we could actually, you know, be friends. And that's why I reached out to him. That's how we became friends. Couchsurfing also offers a lot of opportunities. They have events, they have hangouts, they have meetups. So if you just get familiar with the app a little bit, it's so easy to find friends or to find certain people to do certain activities together. you don't have to be friends forever if you don't like them, but go and do the initial step and see where it goes from there. The second thing that you can do is get one of the dating apps. And that doesn't mean that you have to date anyone, like, don't get me wrong, but there's so many apps like Bumble where you can also actually look for friends. They have the option for like looking for girlfriends, and I think that there's a dating, a friends, and a meeting, like business kind of option. So whenever I go to places that are not the most social environment, where it's not super easy to like meet people in a street or in a cafe or whatever, like for example Canada, like pretty much everyone is like chilling at their home, and you're not gonna go to like people's houses and knock on the door and say like, hey, is there anyone living here who wants to be my friend? At least that's not what I'm doing. If there's people doing that, that'd be freaking awesome, but not my style. So I get an app and I just put like, hey, I'm new here, I'm looking for friends to do some cool activities with, I'm interested in whatever, adventures, hiking, whatever kind of thing. And then you can also put like, I'm not interested in dating at all, I'm just interested in finding friends. And that's really, really cool as well. And then if you match people on Bumble, the cool thing is that if you're a girl, you get to write the person, so you're not getting spammed with messages from weird guys that you actually don't want to talk to. So that's a very easy option, and plus it has the friends option, which is really cool, I think, as well. But this to be said, guys are always more talkative than girls, so at least on the apps it's easier to meet guys than girls. At least that's been my experience, and I've met really cool people, we've done really, really cool stuff, and we've never been into dating, and that was never my intention either. But it was just to like meet locals, meet people, and do something and get out there, and then either become friends in the longer term, or well not, and then you just had a good day and you just, you know, have some good experiences. And that is, in the end, that's all that counts, right? Because you don't want to be by yourself doing everything by yourself all the time. The next thing that I've used a few times is Facebook groups and Facebook events. So Facebook has an abundance of groups. So just find a group where it's like whatever, the place that you're at, the city that you're at, and like travelers, expat, locals, adventures, what kind of everything. Just like type in some few keywords and you'll find something good. Join the group, hit up some people, see what other people are doing, and then check out the events that are happening in your area. And a lot of times you can like, you also see who's going there, right? So if you check out people's profile and you're like, cool, I want to meet this person, she looks like we could be friends, she's more or less interested in the things that I'm interested in, then go hit her up. Or like just go to the place and be around there and be open to the possibility of making friends there. There's a few more options, like if you actually want to travel with someone longer term, there's websites like Travel Buddy and Join My Trip. There's actually more, but these are the ones that I know the best. I've used them when I was like 18. And there's Facebook groups to find travel buddies as well. This is how I found one of my friends, Natalie. We traveled together when I was 18 for almost 4 months in Southeast Asia. And I love her. She's such an incredible person. Also, once you meet a few people, once you meet a few locals or a few travelers that have been there for a little bit of a time, ask them if there's some WhatsApp groups. In so many places there are WhatsApp groups like Rio Locals or whatever, in Bali Couchsurfing community, whatever kind of thing. And then once you get into that group, it's so easy to like just put in like, hey, I want to go to the waterfall tomorrow, who wants to join? And you just start going places together, you start talking. It's a very easy thing. You don't actually have to chat anyone up because you're already in the same situation. So much easier, so much more fun, and it takes away the first step of trying to find a friend while being a weirdo and sitting in a cafe and like looking across and like kind of want to talk to that person because I don't have any friends. And that sounds really, really sad now, but you know what I mean? Like sometimes we're traveling and we're like, I kind of want to hang out with someone now, and it's nice to be by yourself, it's nice to be with your travel buddy, but after some point you're like, we want some new input, we want some other experience, we want something different, we want something else, and then that's the perfect way to do it. Another very cool thing is also going to co-working spaces. If you are a digital nomad, you're working online, go to co-working spaces. If you don't want to work there, like I'm not really working in co-working spaces kind of person, then they a lot of times offer free events, free meetups, free hangouts, or just go there and like look around and ask them to give you a tour and just see what the kind of vibe is. Oftentimes they also have a restaurant or a cafe where you can just like chill at and eat something and just see what happens. Like if you're not a chatty kind of person, just be there and be open to the possibility. Sometimes that helps as well. And then my last tip, most of these things and tips and options work in most places around the world. But there are places that are not very, very well traveled, that are not like Thailand or Bali or the US, where there's just a lot of people all the time. Especially in these places, you want to make friends. So what I did in Zanzibar, where Couchsurfing wasn't working because there were only locals on, and Zanzibar is a Muslim place, so it's hard to make friends with women because they either like suppressed at home and not allowed to go out, or they're super busy working and they don't have any time, or it's just a very complicated situation. And there wasn't really a way for me to like find other locals other than like going to the resorts and seeing who's coming here for like a 1 or 2 week all-inclusive holiday. So what I did was using Instagram. And yes, you can make friends through Instagram. I definitely have. People have hit me up and we've become like really good friends just because they've shoot me a message. And what I did in Zanzibar was looking for hashtags that said Zanzibar, Zanzibar whatever, location, Zanzibar, looking through the pictures and seeing, oh, she's a girl, she's a traveler, checking out their profile and then just sending them a message. And I've actually met a few people through this method and technique, if you want to call it like that, and we actually became friends, and it made my experience in Zanzibar so much better. And you've noticed that it's actually not that difficult to make friends. It may take some time. It definitely doesn't always come easy. Like you don't just like get to like relax by the beach and like wait for people to come around and like be your best friends for life. If you put a little bit of effort in, you get to have really amazing friends that will stay with you for years and years to come. And if you want to start living a more adventurous life, a life that you experience on a deeper level, I have a free training down below. Go check that out. Totally love this training. It's so good, so much valuable information, and it's free, so make sure you check it out. It's down in the description box. I hope you like this video. If you know anyone who would benefit from this video, please share it with them. If you like this video, give it a like, and then consider subscribing if you like my channel. Thank you so much, and I'm going to see you in my next video.